Hey, it's Cliff, and I wanted to do a year in review on Sologenic and Coreum. See, one of the great things about being an investor is that you get to decide if their progress was up to par with your standards. And at that point, you can either sell, you can invest more, or you can just hold on to the bag that you have. So I wanted to take this time to go over the roadmap of Sologenic and Coreum to see how much progress they've actually made. And then as well, they made a tweet on the Sologenic Twitter where they kind of highlighted the things that they are proud of for the year. So I figure we can kind of go over that as well. So let's go ahead and look at the Sologenic roadmap. So one of the things that I was really impressed with on the Sologenic side of their website is they have a really good interface on how they are accomplishing their goals. So if you go to sologenic.com, if you go to learn, the roadmap is located right here if you want to check this out. But again, I'll leave you a link in the description if you don't want to mess with that. The Coreum website actually has one similar to this. But so here's what we have. Here's everything that was completed. As you can see, there's three tabs here. This is a bunch of back-end stuff, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I don't think most people care about hearing about any of this. So moving on from there, we have assets tokenization, testnet, which I have a video on where you can kind of test tokenizing the assets. If you want to like make a token out of Tesla or something like that, you can go ahead and check that out. That was pretty cool. Another thing they accomplished was the Solo DEX. I think most people have seen that. They do have a pretty impressive DEX, so I would definitely hand that to them, as well as having that decentralized exchange. They also have it on the App Store for iOS, as well as they have an Android version of the app, which are both pretty good. I actually like them. I really like the Solo wallet. So I'd say for progress there, that was pretty good. Can't really complain there. Also, we had the launch of the NFT Marketplace, which was huge when it came to NFTs. I know a lot of people that aren't into NFTs, but people that are into NFTs, I think Solo's NFT Marketplace is very superior to a lot of what is out there already. It's just we had issues with the XLS20 Delta, where there were some things that we wanted to bring to the XRPL to kind of make our exchange on Solo a little bit better. But, you know, that takes progress with time. I think they're working towards that already. So what we have in development, as you can see, this is for Q2. This is what they were planning to accomplish within the second quarter, was the Sologenic DEX cross-chain asset bridge. And if we go to the DEX here, launch DEX, I don't see why I have to go to two different pages just to access that. So that's a little bit annoying, but that's very minor. But if you go here, you hit bridges, you can see that they actually did accomplish this. So they hit this goal to where if you wanted to put a token on a different chain, you can actually do that here. So that was definitely a goal that they accomplished. So that was always good. Moving back into their goals. So the next one here was solo cards. And if I go here, you can kind of see that they didn't quite hit this goal because the solo cards are not out yet. It didn't happen. I didn't really hear anything of why they're not out yet, but it's just, you know, they didn't hit that goal. If you scroll down, you can see a first batch of 5,000 solo cards will be soon available through a waiting list. So a lot of people already signed up on that waiting list. It's just right now we don't have any solo cards, so they did not hit that goal. And just looking at their website, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but when I hover over here, it can be kind of finicky to click off of this sometimes. So that's a little bit annoying when it glitches out, but very minor things in my opinion. So the next thing they were looking at, the NFT Marketplace to convert to the XLS20 Delta, which I kind of mentioned earlier, but we can't really hold that to them. That was more like an XRPL kind of thing. There was bugs found in the code that they actually had to mitigate. So, you know, we're not going to hold Sologenic to that. They have the Sologenic Original Series NFT program launch. I believe that actually was implemented already. Again, I'm not an NFT guy, but I'm pretty sure that was their platform of just showcasing and highlighting certain NFT guys. But IDO Launchpad implementation, that one I believe they actually had too. That was where they were kind of like crowdsourcing ideas to make projects better. And then you have the market index for XRPL tokens. It says implement a trustable price tracking index for all XRPL tokens within the ecosystem. So if I go back to the DEX, I think I can show it to you. Do here again, I got to click this twice, which is kind of annoying. I wish I could just go straight to it, but you know, that's how they made it. and that would be this market here. So messed with this before in a video. I'm not going to look at it too long, but you know, if you're looking for prices, this is actually a pretty good tool to use. So the last thing and what they have pending here is the securities broker dealer license. And you can see that's the one that everyone's waiting for. We haven't really heard a lot of news of what's going on with it. That's the moneymaker. That's the one that's gonna hopefully make people rich, but not a lot of news. But I mean, this pretty much tells you where we're at with Sologenic. Within the year or so that we've been kind of making videos on Sologenic, they've got a testnet for tokenizing the stock. So, you know, we have like a front facing program that you can use to actually try the system out, that they could hopefully try for different people who would want to use it. We have the Sologenic DEX, which I think is really good. That was a good step in the right direction, and accompanying that with an app. And of course we have the NFT space. So that's pretty much what they were accomplishing on the Sologenic side, just to sum up the main things. We're still waiting on the solo cards. We're still waiting on XLOS 20 Delta, I believe, but they do have a tool to help you migrate your NFTs to that. So that's another thing I definitely want to check out. But yeah, for me, that's pretty much it. That's the progress that they've made within the year. So just to kind of show you what else they've been working on, I have the Coreum website pulled up here as well. I figured we'd kind of run through that and see what they actually got to. I'll also leave a link to this down below in the description in case you want to run through and check it out, do your own research, which I definitely recommend. Coreum's roadmap. It looks like June 2022, we have the DevNet launch, which is access to open source code and Transaction Explorer. We were looking in August for WASM smart contracts, gas price calculator, and smart contracts on the DevNet. September, they were hoping for grants, which they have actually accomplished that. I actually did a video where I showed like 5 or 6 projects, I believe, that they were giving grants to with pretty good ideas on some of them. There was 2 that I really liked. One was like a decentralized email, and there was another that I thought was pretty cool, but it's kind of escaping me right now. But yeah, moving into October, there was supposed to be a bounty program, and I was looking on the website, and I don't see anything to sign up for that, to let them know if there is a bug that you want to report. So I don't know where they're at with that, but I mean, I'm sure you could probably just email them if you found a flaw in any of the code, but you know, we haven't really launched too much yet either on Coreum, so there's not really a whole lot to test. But just to have the program in place would be nice. For November, they were looking at a DevNet governance update, which was going to be on staking, delegating, slashing, and rewards distribution. A lot of that information is in the white paper, so I'm not sure what they were trying to come out with here for that one. It's kind of vague, but it was supposed to be out in November, and we're only looking at like 4 or 5 more days in November, so maybe we see something at the end of the month. But moving into Q1 of 2023, we're expected to have the mainnet launch, which is, you know, when Coreum actually is going to go live. Also in Q1, there's going to be asset issuance and tokenization, which is minting, wallet freezing, and whitelisting functionalities. And then moving into Q2, looks like they have inter-blockchain communication protocol implementation, which is on-chain native interaction with the Atom token. So, okay, we're expecting that. Q2. Q3, they're looking at a decentralized exchange implementation. So I'm assuming they're going to have Coreum have their own exchange. And then moving on into pretty much the following year, there's going to be advanced DEX features to build off of that exchange. So one-time cancel other orders and trail stop orders. So just a little bit more technical features to add to their exchange to make it a little bit better. And then 2024, IBC, additional support, XRPL, Ethereum, Solana, BSC, and Bitcoin. So yeah, just looking at this, there wasn't a whole lot on Coreum, to be honest. They have some ideas here, but they're still kind of hashing out the chain itself. I don't expect to hear a whole lot until the chain is actually launched itself. So looking forward to Q1 of 2023, as long as they can make their goals, to see what actually is going to happen. So I wanted to kind of look at the websites because that was their original roadmaps before we kind of get into what Sologenic is celebrating that they've done for the year, so we can kind of critique it and see if we agree if this should be celebrated or not. And that's where you, the investor, comes in, because it's your investment, it's your money. That's where you decide if you want to pull out your money, if you want to add more money, or if you want to just hold your bag, which is pretty much what I'm doing, by the way. I just hold my bag. So I got a tweet here from the Sologenic team, and they said the Sologenic team is thankful for all the successes and moments we shared this year. Here are some of the highlights of 2022 so far. So what we already talked about was the NFT Marketplace launch. That is their number one. I think that's probably the biggest thing that impact Sologenic, and that people are actually using the Solo token. So it says, shout out to the first 200 projects that got early access to the platform and stayed up all night minting the first XRPL NFTs on Sologenic. So yeah, that's a good one. I'm definitely happy for that one. It's utility. Moving on, they have Solo was traded around the world. We tackled new markets and communities by listing on more than 10 exchanges this year, including some of the largest in the world. Keep an eye on what's next to come as we explore new markets together. Obviously, the big thing that sticks out to me here is a lot of people thought Binance was going to be in this, and they were not. But still, we got 10 exchanges where people can actually trade for Solo back and forth, and that's always good news. So that's a win for me. I'm definitely with that. We got 10 exchanges, so that's a good one. Moving on. Number 3, Miami NFT Week. We attended many events this year, with Miami being one of the highlights. The XLS 20 proposal had been submitted by the Ripple team, and we participated in a panel exploring its capabilities, which have now come to fruition. So as far as like a Miami NFT Week, that's not my thing. Could be your thing. That's cool. But actually having this XLS 20 is going to bring a lot of utility in. So I kind of look at that a little bit. I try to keep up with it. So yeah, I say that's a win too. Number 4, we lifted off with the Space Lounge. Great moments were shared in the show as we got to collaborate, provide insights directly from the team. We are revamping the show as the Sologenic team has grown and become more powerful. It's always good to have that communication with the people that you are wanting to utilize your product, and this could definitely be used as a medium for answering questions. And of course, there's going to be millions of comments where people can kind of provide feedback. So I'm for that too. I wasn't aware that the Space Lounge was even a thing, or that they were even keeping up with that. But yeah, moving on. Number 5, the Sologenic Vegas meetup. We remained building during the bear market, having our community at the center of all of our milestones. So this one was kind of controversial a little bit, because so there was 2 big controversies this year. If you look at the price, the first one was obviously this drop off here. That's where there was some people, like, I guess if you want to say it's FUD, whatever you want to call it, saying that people were dumping their bags on people that had Solo. There's a huge drop off. There was people thinking that there's some kind of scam here or whatever. That was the first big controversy with Sologenic. But the second one was this Sologenic Vegas meetup, which, it was supposed to be for the team to get together and kind of blow off some steam, meet people who were collaborating in the community, that kind of thing. But a lot of people took it as, why are you guys going to Vegas to celebrate when not a lot had been done? And there wasn't a whole lot of progress being made during that time frame. They're like, it doesn't really seem like a time for you guys to go and party in Vegas. And also there's kind of questions of, where are you guys getting this money to actually take a trip to Vegas and promote all this stuff? People were insinuating, like, is this coming out of my bags? Is this part of my investment? So there was some controversy there at that time. Now, on the flip side of that, it was also meant to be a time for them to network. They wanted the team to get out there and meet the people and promote Sologenic. So that's the flip side of that. The good thing about being the investor is that, you get to decide. Do you feel they were going out there to blow people's money and party? Or do you feel like they were out there promoting a good image, where they were spreading the word of Sologenic, hopefully getting more users to the platform? That's up to you to decide. You're the investor. You get to say, is this a risk to my investment? Are they bullshitting, or are they actually out there working? You get to decide. It's your money. You can sell, you can hold. It's all on you. Personally, for me, I still have my bag. Just letting you guys know, being completely transparent with it. So we can kind of move on from there. Number 5, and this was actually, I think they have a typo here. This was number 5, the Sologenic meetup. They have 5 here as well. I think they meant 6. It says, own the experience. We shot some commercials for the NFT Marketplace as a first approach to push mass adoption of crypto and digital assets with real-life utility. So that's a big deal to me. They're actually making a commercial to show the people the product, to push out there to the masses. You can have ads, you know, people are going to be aware of this product. So again, that's a good one to me. That's a win. Now, I brought up the chart, and this is the annual chart for Sologenic. And when you look at this, it looks really bad. Like there's no way to get around it. It looks pretty bad. Our peak here is around $6, and we are sitting right now currently at 18 cents. So looks really bad. I think especially here, it looks really bad. Once the airdrop was initiated, there was a huge sell-off and the price just tanked. But when you compare it to the rest of the crypto market, we're just overall down, and I'm in the mindset where we're in the bear market. Most people are looking for 2025 before they even care. Like, I honestly don't even look at the price too much. The only time I even look at the price for Sologenic or Coreum is when I'm doing the airdrop videos, and I want to calculate how much people would get to just receive the Coreum airdrop. I think that's just good information to have. I think people are searching for that content. So that's really the only time I'm looking at the price. When 2025 rolls around, that's when I'll probably be thinking about, hey, where is this thing going? Where are they actually at? What kind of progress have they really made? Because they'll have several years under their belt at that point. So they should have plenty of time to actually be doing something with the product. But I just wanted to do this video to quickly go over the highlights that Coreum and Sologenic did within the year. What I want to hear from you is this good progress? Do you like where the project's going? Are you thinking that they're heading in the right direction with hitting their goals? Are you going to sell? Are you going to hold? Are you buying more? So please let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Also, thank you to my Patreon supporter, Kevin. I am working on upping the audio game. As you can see, I got the Joe Rogan Beast microphone that I'm hopefully going to be able to set up sometime in mid-December when the arm comes. The arm actually has the cable built into it, so I'm just waiting on them to ship that to me. And hopefully I can up the audio game here. So definitely thank you to Kevin. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.